Welcome back, everybody. DarkSpyder here. Today we're going to talk about how do I feed my cows, and what exactly is involved with cows. So the first thing we'll get to buying a couple of cattle here in a little bit. I bought a trailer. We'll actually go buy from the animal dealer. Because believe it or not, I've never actually done that, so we'll do that together on here. Usually I just buy it out of the barn itself. Let's talk about cow barns first. It's really just going to depend on what are you wanting? What are you wanting to do? Are you wanting just a small cattle farm to have some cows on your farm, whether it be for beef cattle, or are you wanting to do dairy? I prefer dairy because I also get that milk, and you can just sell the milk by itself, and it's worth a lot. Or take it to a dairy that you can buy as well and own the dairy. Throw some sugar in there, and then you've got I think it's cheese and milk and butter, and to sell all of that, because it's more profitable to sell that than it is just to sell the plain milk. But you can just sell the plain milk. It's not a bad profit. So you can go with base game. Let's go into animals. Let's go to cows. So base game, it's 15 cows. All right, and this is what it's going to look like. Not very much. You still got to add all the products. This one you're going to add water to. So let's just pop this down right here. There we go. And I'll tell you how to solve that water problem too. So I really don't want to keep throwing water at it, right? So there we go. Now, if we go over there and look, that water pump is a game saver. You can use it for greenhouses or your animals. So any animal pen that requires water, poof, there you go. I don't have to worry about throwing water in here anymore because my water pump takes care of it. Now, this is where you're going to purchase. You go in here and you're going to look, and this is where all your cows are. A transport, if you look at the very bottom under total, a transport fee is applied if you do not transport the animals with your own livestock trailer. So, instead of $200, it's $250. This one's $11.80. If you transport yourself, you're going to save yourself $80 per cow. These are your dairies. So you can buy them as a I guess it's considered a calf. The age says age is 0 months, so I'm going to call that, technically that's still a fetus, but it's a calf, and it's going to take 18 months to get to puberty, 10 months to gestate so that it can have another cow. So you're waiting a long time. Or you can buy them at a year old. Puberty is still 18 months, 10 months for the gestation, $15.50 for an 18-month-old cow. Everything else the same. It still takes 10 months. We can't speed up the process of having baby cows, right? 18 months to hit puberty still. So nothing changes there. So that's one set of dairy cows. Your Holsteins work exactly the same. Another set of dairy. Now then you get down to your Angus, which are beef. It all works the same. And then you got the Limousine, which, like I said, personally, I don't really do the beef side of this. I always do the dairy side. Beef, you're just going to grow them up, feed them well. Once they get to 100% health and they're old enough, you're just going to sell them off for beef. There might even be actually more money in that aspect, but I prefer to do the dairy. So that's how you're going to buy your cows. And as you can plainly see, you have a drop off here, right? And that's where you're going to unload. Now, you could probably do this one. You're going to have to dump your TMR in there. Okay. So this is one cow. One way to do cows, right? Let's go back into animals. I mean, there's several, right? So you go back. That's the one we just put down. So this one is another cow barn. This one doesn't require water, so it's going to have automatic water because it would have it down at the bottom there. Another large, gets 80 cows. That one was 45. No water still. This one doesn't require water. It's another 80, but this one has a feeding robot. Okay. Now, I've never messed with this one, but it looks eerily similar to the 5,000 cow barn on Deadwood. It looks exactly the same, except for the fenced-in area is huge, and it's almost same price. Yeah, same price, $722,000. Yeah, same price. Except for the cow barn. I mean, the field is just huge. All right. Now, this is the one that I try to use most places because I feel like 500 cows is pretty manageable if you only wanted to do one. Generally, I will do 4 because 80 cows just isn't going to do it for me on this. And the only other largest cow barn that I know of is 1,000, and that thing is probably the length of 3 of these, and it's just too big. So these 500 cow barns do just fine. So let's go take a look at our big red cow barn, and I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do. Okay, so work with me here. Let's go inside first. We're going to open up our door, and let me just tell you that this you know, go back into construction real quick. Animals, cows. So this is a lizard, mod. All right. So, I give my hats off to these guys that make this mod because it's really nice. Back here is your feeding robot. It's an automatic feeding robot. Okay, you've got a door back here that never closes that I'm aware of. It's just an opening. And you got hay, straw, silage. All right. And then on the side over here, this is where you're going to drop off your mineral feed. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware or not, all 3 of these can be made pretty easily. Everybody knows how to make silage for the most part. We're going to go over that a little bit. We're going to touch base on silage here in just a second because I have a couple easy ways to make TMR if you don't want to use an automatic feeder like this size of a barn. There are several different ways to make TMR. TMR is what we're going to feed our cows because TMR gets you 100% health on your cows and get you the most production of milk, or whether it's for the beef, you want them at 100% to get the most money out of them. So TMR is what we want. That's what this robot mixes together. It takes all 3 of these plus your mineral feed, and what it does is it just travels down that pipe, picks up each one of these, picks up the mineral feed out of here, runs it around like a San Francisco train car, right? And it drops the TMR down through here. All right. Now this cow barn's got several lights. There's one right here. You're just going to run up there and you can click L3, it turns the lights on. But there's a lot more to this cow barn than what you're seeing. Okay, let's open this door so you can see. All right. Now I put 2 of these down because I wanted to show you how I do this. All right. So here's where you're looking at outside. You've got a couple different doors here. I mean, this stuff is just here for looks. None of this actually does anything for you. I mean, you can't do anything inside these little these little rooms. It's just there for, hey, look how detailed this is. And these big red cow barns are very detailed. They're very, very nice. Now there's one more light switch, and it's over here. There actually is one in the back too by the feed mixer. I think I turned that on when I was back there. All right, so anyway, so here, this is where you can buy your cattle as well. So here, as you can see, we have 0 out of 500. All right. Generally, I'll just buy the 1550 if I have enough money. You don't have to buy all 500 because you want them to breed. You want them to make more cows. And then as you get more cows, you'll have to sell off your older cattle to make room to keep bringing in the new calves. But as you can see, 1550, they're going to charge you $100 per cow to deliver. So we're actually going to go look into how to buy a cow other than here. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to run over here. If you go and you look through my videos, you're going to find a video talking about silo hacks. All right? Go watch that video because I'm not going to dive into it right now. But it's tremendously helpful with this. All right? Go to construction. All right? We need silage. I know a lot of folks out there are bailing it. On console, we're limited. I think it's 455 bales, I think, and 200 pallets or 400 pallets. Don't quote me on those numbers, but you are limited to how many bales you can have on the map. So, I do not bale at all, ever, zip zilch. I mow and I pick it up and I put it in a silo and I put it right in with my fermenter. This is a fermenter right here. It is a mod. Now I only have a few mods loaded on this map so I could show you, so we weren't in here all day looking through my mods. There it is right there. It's just called a multi-fermenter. Now it takes chaff, grass, biomaterial, and potatoes. Now this thing is really, really quick. All right? Because we're going to go to start and we're going to take a look at it. This is all I use. I just dump grass in there and dump grass in there and dump grass in there. And look at that. So I've got almost 10 million grass in there and it's already at 1.7 and I literally just started this about 40 minutes ago. And it's on the slowest that I have at speed for time. Okay. Next to that, I have a grass dryer that is also a mod, very easy to find. There's, I think, 2 good ones out there. I can show you in construction which one this is. But that grass dryer is extremely fast. I can even speed up time so you can see how fast it is. Now, here's the catch. Now, I wasn't sure when I originally first started having cows. You know, I was unsure of these auto robots. Are they going to be able to keep up? I wasn't sure. So I wanted to make my own TMR just in case, because I wanted to make sure that I got that 100%. So I downloaded this mod. It's called it's a mixed feeder. Okay. Here it is right here. There's a mixed feed cows. Okay. It's actually feed mixing plants medium /XXL mod, because you have one for cows and you have one for pigs. And then you have a smaller one, medium they're calling it for cows, and one for pigs. Now, it works extremely well. Okay, as you can plainly see, we've got hay, silage, straw. Let's get out of there, it's really loud. Let me back up a little bit. We'll go into the start menu and look at it. So your TMR has 2 different ways it's going to create this total mix ration, okay? The bottom one is only the hay, silage, and straw. That's all you really have to have. You don't even have to have mineral feed, all right? But if you wanted to do with mineral feed, it's only $50. Mineral feed's kind of expensive, okay? It can be kind of expensive. But you're going to need it if you want to use the auto feeder, okay? So I would suggest if you can afford to buy $1,000 worth or $5,000 worth, whatever, just go ahead and start buying it when you can so you have enough for those cow barns. But it still doesn't take much on that aspect either. I think it's like 40,000. We're going to find out here in a second. But you can make your TMR here if you want to. If you got pigs, you got one for pigs. If you want cows, there's one for cows. It does extremely well picking it up from the silos like in my video. You know, because all that, if you look at the red lines, it's not very full. And that's a lot that's in there. Okay? So we got that making. And then what I did was I have my trailers over here. I got a little bit more silage than I needed. All right, so this one's empty. We don't need that one. So the first one that we came across was hay, right? All right, if I can drive. There we go. Now, you can't just drop this off anywhere. But what you can do is this. Pull them real close. And there it is. Because that's our hay is the first one. And just drop off here. It doesn't take an extreme an amount to fill these up. We're going to fill them all up. And then we're going to take a look. Now, I'm not even going to worry about the other cow barn right now. I just want to do this one to give you an idea. Here's our straw. We're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to sneak in here. Then we're going to curve it out. And there she is. Pretty easy. Just make sure you have enough room to do this. Normally, if I have 4 to 6 of these, I will line them up so I can just drive through one and go out to the next one. All right, so there's all of our straw for that. But I'm going to show you something because we're not done with the hay and straw yet, because you know as well as I do that all cow barns require straw and some hay inside. So I'm going to show you. Let's go get some silage. But I feel like that these are the 3 easiest items to get, because as far as silage goes, everybody can get that pretty easily. Hay is really easy to get, whether you're going to dry it on the field with a tedder or if you want to use a grass dryer. I find the grass dryer easier to use and faster. And so there you have it. Now I know it looks like I'm off, but you can't dump where the straw is. It just won't take it. All right. Now let's drop that one off, because we won't need it again until we have to fill it again. Now I think this is the mineral feed, so we'll just hop out and we'll trade tractors here. There it is. Mineral feed's about the same. It's pretty easy to get her over there. The trigger is not present for any of these, but it's pretty simple to get it in there. See? Watch. So we're at 66. So I mean, that actually took a little bit, but let's hop out really quick. We're going to park this, and what we're going to do is I'm going to hop out before we go inside the barn. We're going to drop that off. Doesn't matter which one you grab first. We're going to grab this hay here. Let's go grab us some straw. All right, so like I said, before we go inside with this, we're going to stop, and then we're going to see exactly. Oh, God, if I could drive. All right, so walk up to any spot of it. Okay, so there you have it. So it takes 49,000 liters of hay, 115,000 liters of silage, 49,000 liters of straw. I said 45, but it's 49,000 liters of mineral feed. I mean, guys, that's not very much. It really isn't. You know, the mineral feed is the most expensive part of this. It really is. Now, I know there's a mineral feed mod out there to make your own mineral feed, but in order to do that, you need molasses and a couple other things. So you're going to end up putting in 3 or 4 more factories just to make it. It's just as simple to buy it. It really is. Until they can come out with a better mod. So we're going to go inside with our straw and our hay. There it is. We're going to hit that triangle, go to the next one. We're going to dump both at the same time because I want them to get both. You can actually see that straw rise there. Let's pop out. And there you have it. So it doesn't show the hay inside, but it does show the straw. All right. And it takes straw because you can watch the number drop. Or, I'm sorry, it takes hay. You can see the number drop. But it says food, so I'm assuming it's 150,000 liters. Now and this is what I told you I do. So I've got the next one set up right here. So normally the door's already open because I've already done this a couple times. Now we can just drive straight through. And we can now fill this up. Okay. We're not going to, but that's what I do. Now I just drive it straight through. And then I just drop off those 2. And I go on and I fill up my auto feeder. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the auto feeder is only going to work on the hour. I'm pretty sure you have to speed up the time to get it to work, and we're going to do that because I want you guys to see it work. Start. Let's go to... I'm going to speed it up to... Let's just speed it up to... Let's go 30. That ought to be pretty fast. If it's not fast enough, we'll go 120. Yeah, let's go up a little faster there. 120 ought to do it. There you go. Now, it may not take off this hour, but it will go. Well, I'll speed you up faster, buddy. Because it's all in there. That's 11. It still hasn't gone yet. And I've done this, you know, it may be because it's full. I'll bet you that's what it is. Let's go do, let's get some cows put in here. I think it's because of the hay. We're going to go get our... This was the other way I was going to show you that you can make TMR. You can add everything into this. It's a mixer. I don't like these. I've never used those. Those are base game. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't use them. But you're more than willing to check them out. They work exactly the same. You're just going to add everything and it mixes it up, and then you just get your TMR out of it. Now these are all base. These aren't mods that I'm using now. But it is Elm Creek, so I know where the animal place is. It's a little bit a ways away. But I was really curious because I've never actually bought cows, so I wanted to see what. Not this way. I always just buy them at the barn because I don't buy very many at a time. So that $80, $100 doesn't really hurt me any. We're talking like 5 or 6 at a time. But we're gonna do the 12 for this, and we're gonna find, because like I said, I've never done it, so I'm really curious. I don't know how everybody else gets their cattle. I would assume this way, or they just buy them at the barn. But we're gonna see how it goes here. Oops, wrong button there, folks. But that animal is right up here on the right, past the tree line on Elm Creek here. Here we go. Now, I'm just going to pull up to that trigger. Alright, so you can just open up the animal dialogue. I saw it flash. Oh, there it is. There it is. So let's buy us a couple of full-grown ones and see what happens here. You can only buy 12, so there it is, 18,600. So as you see, 1550, 1550, 18,600. Buy. Let's get out and take a look. I see you in there. You can see them in there. They're awfully quiet. Don't worry. We're not going to eat you. You're going to give us some milk. It's heavy. You can feel it. Look how slow it's trying to go. That's hilarious. Let's go back with that. See if I can get this back without tipping over. I mean, this is kind of a cool way to do it. I don't mind doing it this way. It just depends on how many, like I say, depending on how many cows you want to do. I mean, if you're wanting to try to produce quickly, you know, milk and such quickly, then you're going to need more than 12. And then I'm assuming we're going to pull right up to the animal, to the back. We're going to have to back into that animal dialogue on this one. I don't think we're going to be able to pull up on it. It's probably why it's like a garage. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's see what we can do here. She's definitely slow backing up. And that's good because looks like I'm going to miss. Let's straighten her out a little bit here. Turn. So it's not opening the animal. There it goes. So hit L3 and move to husbandry. So it's just that simple. Okay. Now I'm assuming it works the same way to sell them. So we're going to open the animal dialog, move to trailers. So that's how you're going to get rid of them if you want to sell them by using this as well. All right. Now, if we want to just buy from here, it works exactly the same way. You're just going to walk up to it. And we bought these ones. Now look, now it's for 12. It's an extra $1,000. Not a horrible price to pay. I mean, I really don't care. It's not really that bad. So there we have it. All right. The 150,000 liters. The only reason that auto robot has not started working is because we filled it up with hay. I'm probably going to stop bringing the hay inside because if you go to start and you're going to look now that you have cattle, it's going to tell you total mixed ration gives you 100. Hay only gives you 80%, and we are full of hay. So that's why we didn't get the but they'll eat that hay pretty quick, and then the TMR robot will come out and start filling in where I put in too much. And as a matter of fact, we'll speed it up real quick and get them to start munching on that hay. I'll go buy 200 more cows if I have to. Because I want you to see this. There we go, 360. I'm not really eating much. There they go. There they go. See, their health is at 3% already. Well, we got it at 360 on time, so there she goes. All right. Now, you don't get to see any animations or anything like that except for it moving. Now that other one that has the auto feeder that I was showing you, I think it was only 80 cows. Now that robot actually comes outside of the barn and travels around and goes back inside the feed. So, all right, so there's that. And now let's go look. So as you can see, your mineral feed's 48,933. So, I mean, and look how fast her health went up to 43. So of course we're sped up, but okay, guys, so that is how this works with cattle. We know how to buy our cattle, whether we're using animal trailer. We know how to buy our cattle, whether we're buying them out of a barn. We know how to make TMR now. We know what TMR is. We know what the mix is supposed to be. And now we know how to make it either in a factory, or you can buy the mixers that are in the base game, or we can use the auto feeder in the barn. And it does keep up. That's the way I use it. It will keep up. You don't have to worry about it. All you got to do is, each new day, which is a month in the game, you just gonna have to go refill your straw, hay, silage, and your mineral feed, and then refill the straw inside the barn. Just don't drop any hay inside because they don't need it apparently. So I was putting both. So they're at 53%, and we've already got 97 liters of milk. I will tell you, once you get up to 500, 600, 800 cows, the milk, manure, and slurry gets kind of nuts. Now, as far as manure goes, real quick before I end this video, let's go into construction. We're going to go into silos. And nope. Manure heap. All right. Now this should do it. I wanted to put it this way. All right. Now, and there's our robot putting out the TMR. Now, all of our manure from both barns will end up in here now. Let's do it one more time before we end it. Let's speed her up. Unless I've got it on the wrong side, which is a possibility. It's very possible. It may have to go on the other. Nope, there it is. So 199 liters. And like I said, it will take it from both barns. It's got little heat lamps in here. And as you can see, there's no manure inside here. Because I think it gathers in this area if you don't have the heat. I don't know where all the cows are, though. Oh, that's right, because this one's empty. Dirt. That's why we're not getting any. Ugh. I was like, why isn't there, where's all the cows? So, anyways, but if it wasn't collecting outside, then it would be in these areas. So, and since we got it sped up, now we're at 999 liters. So, it does work, and now you can just free to scoop it. But guys, that's how we do it. That is how we feed our cows. That's how we buy our cows. And this is how you're going to take care of your cows. Now you know how to buy them, you know how to sell them, you know how to make the TMR, and you know what it is. I really appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you guys want to see. We'll do it. I don't care if it's map reviews, mod reviews. If you want more tutorials like this one, let me know in the comments, and I'll be glad to do them for you. I really appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys later.